Protestant Reformation led to the decline of the dominance of the Catholic Church and their ideologies. Although it created stronger countries as a whole, it led to conflicts within the decentralized states. Catholicism had been the major religion of the time. Before the Reformation, the Great Schism occurred, and that was when there were multiple popes at the time. People were not sure which pope they should listen to. The popes often contradicted each other, meaning they can't all be right. This led to the questioning of the Catholic Church. That was not the only thing that led to the Protestant Reformation of the 16th century. The prevalence of humanism helped the formation of new ideologies. Humanists believed in individualism. They studied Greek and Latin literature, meaning now they could read the Bibles by themselves. They no longer had to listen to the Pope and could infer the Bible however they wanted to. They wanted humans to be more independent and seen as individuals rather than groups. Then Martin Luther came along, and he wrote 95 Theses. That book gave 95 points as to why the Catholic Church was wrong. People should individually read the Bible and follow what they thought it meant. The Protestant Reformation bettered the roles of women. Now they were seen as men's helpers and motherly figures, rather than temptresses. A common analogy used is that they were seen as Mary rather than Eve. Reformation also led to people opposing anti-women literature. Women also gained better marriage rights, such as having the ability to divorce, as well as clergy being able to marry. Within a household, women would share authority equally. Overall, life was better for them. Another effect of the Protestant Reformation is that monarchies were no longer under the rule of the Pope, thus the Church becoming less powerful. Because the kings and queen could do whatever they wanted, politiques were formed. Politiques are those who do what's best for the state no matter what. One example of a politique is Henry of Navarre, because he passed the Edict of Nantes. The Edict of Nantes was a French religious truce that granted Huguenots, aka French Calvinists, more religious rights. In this map of France, the pink represents areas with mostly Huguenots. As you can see, that was a large region of France, and that created more and more conflicts, so the Edict of Nantes had to have been passed. It allowed for freedom of public worship and admission to public offices and universities. Another example is Queen Elizabeth I of England. She merged Protestant doctrines and Catholic rituals. During her time, there were the 39 Articles. That said that moderate Protestantism was the official religion of England. She also passed the Act of Uniformity, which allowed a Book of Common Prayer to settle religious differences. The Holy Roman Empire did not have a strong centralized government. Because of that, the Protestant Reformation spread there easily. That led to the weakening of the Holy Roman Empire because of the differences within. The Peace of Augsburg, passed in 1555, stated that the region's ruler would determine the religion, whether that was Catholicism or Lutheranism. Because of the diverse religious populations, religious wars happened, and one famous one is the 30 Years' War, which lasted from 1618 to 1648. That significantly weakened the Holy Roman Empire and eventually led to the collapse of the country into Germany and surrounding states. The Protestant Reformation as well led to better education. It advocated for educational reform. It opposed scholasticism and implemented humanistic educational reform. It spread humanist ideas. During the Reformation, the printing press was invented, which allowed for the printing of more books, meaning more people could read and get educated. The Protestant Reformation is very similar to the Scientific Revolution in that they both led to the rejection of the Church and proved that it is not infallible. Before the Scientific Revolution, Copernicus showed that the universe does not revolve around the sun and man, but rather around the earth. Therefore, the universe now followed a heliocentric model rather than a geocentric model. The Church stated otherwise, meaning that went against it. During the Revolution, Galileo supported Copernicus and showed that the heavens is more complicated than it really is with his invention of the telescope. Certain scientific theories and discoveries conflicted with Scripture, meaning the rejection of the Catholic Church. A question raised during the Revolution was who resolved such disputes, religious authorities or natural philosophers. Both the Revolution and the Reformation showed ways in which the Church was wrong and led to the questioning of the Church.